From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Welcome to the CBS3 News at 6. Earlier today, some folks around the region saw that first round of storms, including near Meadowlands, where we saw a little bit of rain and some lightning, but that might not be the last of it. Our meteorologist Dave Anderson joins us now. And Dave, what are the chances we're going to see some more of that rain tonight?
60 to 80%, Kristen.
Right.
60% on the Minnesota side, 80% towards Wisconsin and the UP. And in fact, the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma is saying we may need to put up a tornado watch for northwestern Wisconsin as the night goes on. So it's not too wild for folks right now in a lot of places. For some it is, but it could get there at the drop of a hat, too, so keep an eye to the sky. Be ready to seek shelter tonight. Here's one way to gauge the potential for storms is by eyeing up the dew points. When you get the dew point in the 60s and 70s, that's a lot of fuel that can be converted into rain and storms because of all the latent heat stored in each gram of that water vapor. So we see 60s up to 70 all around our area. There's a lot of fuel. And with two lows, we have the lifting mechanism that can turn the key and convert that into the action. We've already had some in northern Minnesota and in northern Wisconsin, the southern parts of Iron County and Ashland County. There's a line of storms that's not quite strong enough to be called severe, but there is a special weather statement that says folks there should keep an eye to the sky indeed and seek shelter if they do come across. Again, the short-term forecast says 60 to 80% chance for these storms to touch your town tonight if it hasn't done so already, but should be gone by tomorrow morning. Then high pressure takes over again, sunny and 80. Just like the past couple of lows here, they hit quick and then they go away. And I'll go away for a moment now too, but come back in a few minutes to talk about the entire 7-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Dave. With severe weather hitting parts of the Northland over the last week, some areas are seeing power outages. The best thing to do is prepare for outages before they happen. But what happens if the lights go off when you're not expecting it? CBS 3's Quinn Gorham spoke with local fire and power officials for some helpful tips.
I've seen an individual repair when a crew shows up be 15, 30 minutes, and I've seen it take hours and hours.
You never know when a power outage might hit, but you also don't know how long the power might be out. That's why John Otis, Duluth Fire's Deputy Chief of Life Safety, says it's always a good idea to be prepared ahead of time.
In Minnesota, severe weather can strike at any time, but we see summer storms with heavy winds and heavy rain. There's really not a lot you can do in the moment if you haven't prepared ahead of time.
But sometimes there's only so much preparing that you can do. What happens when inevitably the power does go out? Otis says there are a few things to be wary of when your power goes out.
Never use a generator or a portable heat source inside a home. They're producing carbon monoxide, and that can be deadly.
And that goes for other appliances too. Anything that runs on gas power like ovens, stoves, or outdoor heaters should not be run indoors. And when it comes to safety outdoors, always let the professionals handle things. Ryan Ferguson with Lake Country Power says it's important to never go near a down power line since it could still be live.
Yeah, I think the most prevalent danger to be aware of during a power outage or a storm like what we had this week is power lines that are down. It's critically important that people never make any assumptions about a line that's down on the ground.
Minnesota Power says you can report outages on their website or on their mobile app. You can also find information about current outages in both places. Well, with any severe weather event, it's important to make sure you have a plan in place to keep yourself and your family safe. CBS 3's Natalie Grant joins us near Lake Superior tonight. Natalie, how are things looking over there?
Well, Kristen, as you mentioned, we are down by Lake Superior tonight to check out how the big lake is faring during these severe weather conditions that we've been seeing all day. And as you can see behind me here, the lake is actually remaining pretty calm tonight. Currently, there are no advisories in place related to the lake. But as you can see on the horizon there, those foggy and kind of cloudy conditions are making their way back into our region from those Canadian wildfires, which as Dave is going to be mentioning, have put that air quality warning back in place for us tonight. Now, along with that new warning of the air quality, Dave has also been tracking those severe weather conditions throughout the night tonight, some that has the potential to be tornadoes. And experts are saying no matter if you are at your home, outside, or even in a vehicle, it's important to have a plan in place. According to the National Weather Service, if you are at home when the sirens go off, head to a basement or to an area away from windows. When taking shelter, cover your head with your arms and cover yourself with a coat or a blanket if possible. And remember to grab your pets if time allows. Now, if you find yourself outdoors during a tornado threat, seek shelter as quickly as possible. And also keep in mind that unstable buildings like a shed or a mobile home or a tent are not considered safe in those situations. And if you're driving a car during a tornado, the first step is to drive to a close shelter. If that's not an option, the National Weather Service says to either get down in your car and cover your head or find a low-lying area such as a ditch or a ravine to take cover. They say you should not try to outdrive a tornado. Now, having a plan in place is the key to safety in these sort of situations. It's always important to have those conversations with your family prior to the storm's arrival to make sure everyone is on the same page. And as we've been mentioning all night, we'll continue to track all of these conditions. Make sure to keep updated on our Facebook page as well as our mobile app. Kristen.
Well, Natalie, it's always a good sign when Lake Superior is behaving and being calm, so we're happy to see that, at least so far tonight. Natalie Grant live for us near Lake Superior. Thank you, Natalie. A wildfire burning north of Ely has grown to more than 200 acres in size and is now the largest of 9 wildfires burning in the Superior National Forest. According to Superior National Forest officials, the Four-Town Lake fire was first detected 12 miles north of Ely on July 25th. Wind and warm temperatures helped it grow quickly. Forest leaders say they decided to perform an aerial burnout operation that essentially leads the fire into a natural barrier to help control it. And in this case, that barrier is Four-Town Lake. There's still no word on percentage of containment. The wildfire is burning in an area that was already closed due to those Canadian wildfires. The CDC released recommendations Monday saying all staff, students, and teachers should wear masks in school this year. Now, some Northland parents are urging their districts to think otherwise. CBS 3's Emma Quinn has more on a mask petition making its way through Superior.
Kristen, a Superior School District parent started a petition last week to make masks optional for kids regardless of vaccine status this year, and they're hoping the district will hear them out. Brooke Taylor started the petition. She has 5 children in the district and sometimes substitute teaches there. She says the petition's goal is to get a sense of how other parents feel about masks in schools. Taylor says they aren't trying to ban masks within the district, but allow parents to decide what's best for their own children and their mental and physical health.
I feel like with the CDC recommendations changing all the time, I feel like families need to be able to choose and have that option of masking or not masking.
Taylor hopes to get 1,000 signatures on the petition. So far, she has more than 650. She's added she's open to having more conversations with the district about making mask mandates in areas like the hallway or cafeterias. The CDC says mask wearing is the best way to prevent transmission of COVID-19 and other variants. The Superior School District turned down our request for an interview today, but they did say they haven't made any final decisions about the school year just yet. They're weighing their options and will make a plan for their school board meeting on August 16th.
All right, thank you, Emma. And that new CDC guidance also recommended both vaccinated and unvaccinated people wear masks in areas of the country where COVID case rates are highly transmissible. And locally, that includes Lake County. New cases have started doubling there over the last 2 weeks. Dr. Andrew Thompson says the CDC is looking at the total number of positive case rates. And recently, Lake County's number of COVID tests have been low, but the majority of those were positive. Thompson says the county needs to do more tests and people should get vaccinated, adding the Delta variant transmits faster in those who are unvaccinated.
Really, more testing would be helpful to know who might be infected.
He encourages those who have not been vaccinated yet to get the vaccine as soon as possible, saying that it is the best tool against the highly contagious Delta variant. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, one of Duluth's growing neighborhoods could soon have a new entrance and some more community space. We'll break down the details next.
You know, prior to last Friday, we only had about 1/3 of an inch of rain here for the month of July. Now we're up to 2.74 inches of rain in just a couple of days, making our deficit for the month a little more than 3/4 of an inch. Some rain has already fallen in the Twin Ports. More could come, your town as well. We'll talk about the odds and try to figure out the timeline coming up right after our break.
You're watching the CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, sports with Kelly Hinseth, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3. CBS3 News is brought to you by Villa Marina Health and Rehabilitation Center.
Villa Marina Health and Rehabilitation Center is a beautiful one-level facility in Superior, Wisconsin, with 24-hour skilled nursing care. With a 5-star rating by Medicare, you can expect high-quality care. We offer a variety of services, including restorative care after a hospital stay, intensive rehabilitative therapy care after surgery, or long-term care for those who are no longer able to handle the necessities of daily life on their own. To learn more, call or visit Villa Marina Health Center in Superior.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Bolins.
And I'm Ann Nolette.
And we're Advanced Surgical Associates of Northern Minnesota. As the most experienced robotic team in the Northland, we wanted to provide an alternative to the traditional surgical practices that the hospitals offer.
Robotic-assisted surgery allows more complex surgeries through small incisions with lower chances of infection.
We provide individualized and personalized care so you can have a shorter hospital stay, experience less pain, and recover quicker.
You can learn more online at mnsurgery.com or by giving us a call today.
At UCare, we get asked, who are our health plans for? Well, we're for people just starting out or retiring, longtime Minnesotans or new arrivals, people who are down to earth, down to business, or up for whatever. We have plans for dog lovers and cat people, individuals and families, butchers, bakers, and you get the idea. Climb aboard. UCare, people-powered health plans.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing for 72 months and get $2,000 cash allowance.
What's so extreme about the DQ Reese's Extreme Blizzard? How about all the Reese's you could dream of with classic creamy Reese's peanut butter cups and crunchy Reese's Pieces? Plus, you guessed it, peanut butter topping and chocolatey topping. All blended in world-famous DQ soft serve for a treat that takes your favorite combo to a whole new level. Wow, what a rush. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
I'm so excited.
This summer, your favorite celebrities return to their hometowns.
Got me out here in Brooklyn.
That's it, my neck of the woods.
And get to work.
Oh, these are heavy though.
I feel the inner tool man coming out.
You ready to see your new home? I'm ready.
I'm speechless right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Their reaction, just to see the tears, is priceless.
Secret Celebrity Renovation. New Friday or stream anytime on CBS.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, let's talk about the alerts that are out there first. And right now, as far as the weather goes, we don't have any watches going on. But again, a tornado watch could pop up in northwestern Wisconsin within the next couple of hours if the Storm Prediction Center down in Oklahoma decides to put it in place. What's going to be in place, though, is an air quality alert. Cold front coming through to stir up our storms here tonight will allow Canadian wildfire smoke to infiltrate the region again. So at least through Friday, folks in Minnesota have to worry about that haze again. Now, getting into the weather, you take a look towards the southern parts of Ashland County and Iron County. Well, that's a special weather statement that says a line of storms is down there. It's not strong enough to be called severe, but it is strong enough to cause concern. So folks in that zone, please keep an eye to the sky. Seek shelter if those high winds, hail come across. And they sure could tonight because we have the fixings there for that cold front to act upon and stir up into storms. But we'll start the process of eyeing up the 7-day forecast by setting the stage with the current conditions. Airport in Duluth, 70 degrees right now, 87% for the relative humidity, with an easterly southeasterly wind going 7 miles per hour. And our air pressure isn't drastically low, but it's low enough from twin lows to create the clouds and already some rain over a good portion of the region. Current temps, where the lows and the clouds are, it's cooler. Where it's starting to clear up again, it's a little bit warmer. So we're seeing 68 to 70 in the Upper Peninsula, and we're eyeing up 69 to 79 in northwestern Wisconsin, coolest in Superior, warmest in Hayward. Minnesota numbers, again where the clouds are thicker, North Shore, around 70, but farther inland, low 80s from International Falls through Big Fork towards Grand Rapids and even down towards Aiken. And again, the discrepancy in temperatures, the clash between warm and cool, is helping to drive the storm chance, which has been popping off storms in northern Minnesota from the Canadian border towards Ely. Getting a report from Garden Lake, just a little bit outside of Ely. They managed to get an inch of rain, and it's been so dry up there they could sure use that, though. Down Highway 1 at Ely Airport, on the other hand, only a 1/10 of an inch. So, again, if you're right under the cloud, you get a lot. If it's on your fringe, you don't get much at all. Well, getting some fair rains right now, again, it is the southern parts of Iron County and Ashland County in Wisconsin. And do keep in mind there's 60 to 80% chances tonight that rain will redevelop in your neck of the woods and hopefully be beneficial to your rain totals. Looking at the chart here through tomorrow morning, could be close to an inch for Moose Lake when all is said and done. Maybe a 1/2 inch around Ironwood and close to a 1/3 of an inch along the North Shore. Though, as usual, Vermilion and Mesabi range towns, it'll be a little bit more hit and miss there. And then what hits us for Thursday and Friday is another high wedging in between two lows to bring us sunshine for Thursday and most of the day on Friday. Come Friday night, though, already now it looks like this low pressure system could get into the region and kick out a 30% chance for some more showers. So if we don't make up our rain deficit tonight, for example, we have one last shot here before July turns into August. Now, tonight in Minnesota, the low temps, they are going to go from 55 to 64, and the storm chance for your town is 60%. For Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps will be in the low 60s, 80% chance for these storms. And they could turn on a dime, too. They could brew up and really get strong pretty quickly. So even though it's calm for most places right now, it could change. And then it should change towards the calmer tomorrow. Mostly sunny Wisconsin, Michigan for Thursday, 75 to 82 for the temps. Minnesota numbers 76 to 82 with that same sunshine, which for the most part will be with us for the week ahead, with the exception being Friday night, that 30% chance of overnight showers. Hopefully not another round of intense thunderstorms. It does look to be a little bit more showery than stormy. High temps, about 75 to 82 degrees.
All right, thanks, Dave. An ecological group is putting the building blocks in place for a new entrance into Duluth's Lincoln Park neighborhood. They're hoping to create the new space near the recently installed solar panels near West Michigan Street and Superior Street. The goal is to feature murals and build a community gathering space. But today, organizers set up shop on the corner of West Superior Street and North 19th Avenue West. Speakers talked about the significance of the neighborhood and listened to the voices of people who often travel through the area.
There isn't a day that goes by where we make a decision about this site or the process that isn't completely focused on what is best for the community members, and specifically best for getting out there to meet community members so that they could then tell us what's best for them.
To voice your opinion on the new entrance, you can head to our website. Well, tonight's weather has canceled this year's debut of Wednesday night at the races. The event hosted by Grandma's Marathon was supposed to be held at Proctor High School. Instead, the series will start at 6 o'clock next Wednesday night at Duluth East High School. And Glensheen has decided to cancel tonight's concerts on the pier. Sugar on the Roof was supposed to play. Instead, they'll perform August 25th with Galen Lee. Well, Kelly, lots of weather we're watching out there, but I have a feeling it's not stopping some sports from happening.
No, it was really hot in the Twin Cities, which made for a steamy day one of Vikings training camp. We'll have all the latest from Egan coming up next in sports.
Northwest Outlet is your ARE truck topper headquarters.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChev.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChev.com, a better way to buy.
Hard to top the bargain shop.
When you want new furniture with styles that are nice, and we've made very special buys that are always the right price.
Now in all home furniture stores.
Got a big stop at the bargain shop.
At Lift Pro International, we have custom designed and fabricated lifting, weighing, and rigging solutions for more than 40 years. With a worldwide presence and reputation, we need world-class insurance to match. This is why we trust Cindy of Vernon Insurance to make sure we're fully covered no matter where in the world we're doing business.
Protect your home, vehicle, or business, and your peace of mind. Call Cindy at Vernon Insurance today.
Do you worry about going to the dentist? Well, relax. The Carefree Dental Card is now available in your area. Call the number on your screen and we'll send your actual card at no cost today. With the Carefree Dental Card, you go to the dentist whenever you need and you instantly pay a lot less. The Carefree Dental Card is just $15.95 a month. So call now and make going to the dentist carefree.
Call 1-800-945-8449 to receive your free Carefree Dental Card information kit.
20% of the population has some degree of hearing loss. Encourage business owners and staff to keep the captions on their TVs turned on and accessible to all patrons. Captions also help children with reading and adults learning English as a second language. Not sure how to turn them on? Find the button with the 2 C's on the remote or go to the menu button. Paid for by the Minnesota Commission of the Deaf, Deafblind, and Hard of Hearing, the Minnesota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Yay! Here you go, sweetheart.
It's your first savings account.
A savings account? Imagine the possibilities.
Oh, no.
But I really wanted a basketball.
You may dribble me.
Imagining a bright future? Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
Coronavirus work injuries. Call Stockman Law Office. Return to work issues. Payment of medical bills and lost wages. Call anytime. 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Please stay safe and healthy. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Mall Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch Caitlin's Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS3 This Morning with meteorologist Caitlin Moffett. Sponsored by Miller Mall Car Wash. Only on live, local CBS3.
It's patio closeout time at Home Seasonal Concepts. Get end-of-season savings on patio sets, wicker, fire tables, and more. Like this Belmore 5-piece dining set for just $1,199, plus free shipping. Patio closeouts now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
Well, it's here. Vikings training camp has officially begun. Alexis Bass brings us more from Eagan, Minnesota.
It was day one of the Vikings training camp, which just so happens to be the hottest day of the year. The forecast in Eagan, Minnesota sure brought the heat, and the Vikings sure plan to follow suit in their upcoming 2021 season. Opening up their 61st season in the NFL under their 8th year with head coach Mike Zimmer, the Vikings look to improve on their under 500 record from their 2020 campaign and return to the playoffs following a one-year absence. This afternoon, QB1 and 10-year NFL veteran Kirk Cousins took to the podium where he touched on a newfound perspective on the quarterback position, as well as new and familiar faces and the excitement towards filling up U.S. Bank with a sea of purple and gold. Cousins also adds that he feels as good as ever compared to a decade ago.
You know, going into year 10 now, I've kind of got my rhythm of the balance of stress I want to put on myself and then the rest I want to do. So for me, you know, it is a lot of, I call it just body work, you know, training with a trainer who takes me through a lot of corrective exercises. If we notice any limitations in whether it be my shoulder motion to my, you know, aches or pains I may have, to my posture, you know, just trying to make sure that as I take more hits and play longer, that my body is feeling every bit as good as it did when I entered the NFL. And
the start of preseason opens up with the Broncos on August 14th, and the Seattle Seahawks will travel home for the big home opener on August 26th. I'm Alexis Bass in Eagan, Minnesota. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Alexis. We'll have more from her from Eagan at 10. Well, it was the first day of Packers training camp, and Aaron Rodgers does his best George Costanza impression, wasting no time airing his grievances about the organization he works for, which explains his absence from all team activities for the last few months. He started his 30-minute presser today by explaining his discontent with how a few dozen former teammates were treated on the way out of the organization.
Guys who were, exceptional players for us, but great locker room guys, high character guys. Many of them who weren't offered a contract at all, or were extremely lowballed, or were, maybe in my opinion, not given the respect on the way out that guys of their status and stature and high character deserve.
Rodgers made one thing clear. He's not a fan of how the Packers front office operates. The quarterback chose his words carefully, telling reporters he loves everyone, his teammates, coaches, the city, Packers fans, but avoided directly mentioning the organization. And another former Bulldog has re-signed with his pro team. Hunter Shepard, the Cohasset native turned two-time national champion at UMD, has signed a one-year deal with the Washington Capitals worth $750,000. Shep played in 3 games in the AHL with the Hershey Bears last season and 21 additional games in the ECHL in South Carolina. We could only show 20 seconds of Aaron Rodgers' press conference, but friends, I encourage you to go look up the whole thing, grab some popcorn, and watch the whole thing, because it was basically him just saying, yep, I don't like this, I don't like this, they did this to me, and it was like, whoa, but it was also like, this honesty is refreshing.
Sure, like real-time,
brutally honest.
Reality TV. Grab the popcorn, like you said.
Exactly. We'll have more at 10.
I can't wait to hear more. Thank you, Kelly. Well, Dave, we also need to hear more about the weather, because that's what folks are talking about, besides Aaron Rodgers in that press conference.
Yeah, grab some popcorn and watch the radar as the night goes on. We're not having much action in the region right now, but the ingredients are still out there. Fronts and high dew points to convert it into more storms as the night goes on. We were eyeing up a line of powerful but not severe storms in the southern parts of Iron and also Ashland counties there. It's starting to exit that zone, but again, things could redevelop. For example, towards Itasca County, we're starting to see a small line fire back up again, which could bloom out as the night goes on. So 60 to 80% chance for potentially strong showers and storms here tonight. The big threats are high winds towards 80 miles an hour, big hail just like on Monday night, and for Wisconsin especially, tornadoes could brew up. But if you can make it through, you have shelter to get to in case the trouble hits your house. By Thursday, it'll already calm down again. And then for Friday night, there's another round of rain that could come our way, but this time it doesn't look to be overly potent. Famous last words, perhaps, so be ready then, too. Then also be ready for another big cell of high pressure to conquer us come Saturday, keeping us on the sunny side and the mild side. This week's temperatures will be 75 to 82 for the highs and 53 to 60 for the lows.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10.